following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, standing to my right, he is managed by Ripper Blackheart. From Springfield, Ohio, weighing 324 pounds, he is the Silverback, Chris Howe. And his opponent, he weighed in at 184 pounds. He is the Dark Star, Matt Taylor. And when the bell sounds, the man in charge of the ring is Jake Clemens.
So another, at least on paper, a mismatch is the Dark Star Matt Taylor taking on the Silverback and Chris Howe. You heard a huge weight disparity between these two, but I've come to find out that when it's Matt Taylor, there's not necessarily a disadvantage for him with anybody he's in the ring with.
Well, you know, Matt Taylor's been around a very long time, and quite honestly, or whatever, if my memory serves me correct, Matt Taylor actually beat Chris Howe just last weekend at the Putnam County Fair. So this is kind of a rematch, and quite honestly, Chris Howe may just hurt Matt Taylor this time.
Well, I think that Chris Hall's at a disadvantage because he's got Ripper Blackheart with him, and his well, he tried to be fashionable here on the 4th of July.
Well, yeah, if you notice, he's already got something to say to me. You know, quite honestly, you know, me and Chris Hall haven't seen eye to eye for a long time, and neither has me and Ripper Blackheart, so.
Well, I saw the World Wrestling Champion wasn't very happy with you earlier as well.
Yeah, he doesn't like me either, but the bottom line is anybody that knows me is I'm here to just help entertain the fans. You know, my job is to make sure the fans are entertained, and I don't care if the guys like me or not, quite honestly.
Well, that has been well documented.
Well, you know, it is. It's been well documented. You know, I work for the people. You know, I own War Wrestling, and it's all about the fans.
And speaking of the fans, they are giving Ripper Blackheart a well-deserved hard time over here.
No, it's simply because Ripper Blackheart, for one day out of the year, thinks he's the mayor of Belle Center or something. You know,
no, he definitely told me on commentary, you're not even from here. He said he lives 15 minutes that way. He claims to be happy to not be from here.
Well, that's his claim, but I know where he lives. And he lives in Belle Center also.
And his client in Chris Hall, you heard from Springfield, Ohio, very well-versed against the Dayton representative, and even Columbus. Sort of a little bit of both, and the guys that have helped train him along the way, the Dark Star Matt Taylor.
Matt Taylor is laying in some vicious kicks. And oh, wait a minute here. He reversed it.
I didn't know that this turned into a boxing match. The referee and Jake Clemens, not a lot he can do. Full head of steam for the Silverback, and he's paying the price as Taylor with the 3 kicks.
Once again,
up the ladder.
Those lethal kicks.
Hall swinging a miss, and well, I guess future Hall children paid for that one. As he powders out to the outside, and there's his, I don't know how else to say it, lackey. Always right there with a towel, and he's not giving much encouragement. Not really sure what he's doing to earn his 10%. Here's Taylor, full head of steam, up and over into almost the first row, almost over there to where they're playing volleyball at.
Yeah, I think he was going up for a spike or something.
Well, I think he's about to spike Chris Hall right in the ground if he can hit him from the apron here. Hall has no idea where he's at. Takes the kick to almost the throat.
But is he really, truly phasing? If you look at it, he's still on his feet here. There's another vicious kick.
I don't know, but you can't take too many of those no matter what size of an individual you are, especially when you meet the iron post.
Matt Taylor has a new viciousness here. I don't know. I'm not sure what's going on here. You know, maybe he realizes there's a huge size disadvantage, and he's willing to do whatever it takes to even the odds here.
And again, there's the numbers advantage, or for Taylor, the numbers disadvantage is Ripper Blackheart interjecting himself in the middle of this match. Chris Hall, wow. Look at the sheer power as he holds the Dark Star. Not a lot of guys you see hit a stalling superplex.
Ouch.
And Taylor, who was just so recently in control now, is reeling on almost the opposite side of the ring.
That is a very vicious move from a 300-and-some-pound man.
Very pro Matt Taylor crowd, not happy that the Dark Star is down. And again, Chris Hall just looking to brutalize him. As Matt Taylor pretty much been a fan favorite since he debuted here in WAR Wrestling back last year.
The fans absolutely love Matt Taylor. He's slowly building into a huge fan favorite here in WAR Wrestling. And I think it's simply because, you know, he's a smaller guy, but the fans truly are behind him, and they absolutely love his entrance music, everything about him.
Not so much for Chris Hall, however.
Well, you know, Chris Hall is on the lines of the Jock Sampson-esque hate.
Except for one of them hasn't truly insulted every one of the fans here in attendance today.
Well, that's Ripper's job. Ripper's job is the insult. Chris Hall's job is to be the enforcer, and Chris Hall is one of the biggest men in WAR Wrestling right now.
And his former Bad Company longtime tag team partner, one half of the tag team champions, and Sherman Tank, who will be up in the main event as he'll get a chance to dethrone Jock Sampson as the WAR Wrestling champion. Brilliant move by Taylor. 1-2.
What indeed?
Now the Silverback with Taylor all the way up. Taylor couldn't hold his balance.
Well, once again, Chris Hall is in command. He's setting up for the big hammer here. If he hits that, it's over 1, 2, 3. There's absolutely no.
Not only that, but we might have to get medical attention.
Oh!
Right in the center of the ring. I think we're done here. The drop down, didn't even bother to hook the leg.
Whoa!
And that's why the big man will only get a 2 count.
I think you underestimated Matt Taylor right there. Quite honestly, you know, even with that move, he should have grabbed the leg.
Again, don't forget, a lot of huge things going on in WAR Wrestling. You can find it on Twitter at The WAR Wrestling or on Facebook. Facebook.com/WAR Wrestling. Stay in tune with all of the fair action this summer as well. Nice drop kick by Taylor. Look at how high he got.
Wow, that was awesome. I'll tell you what, man, Matt Taylor shows me something different every single match.
Goes for the cover, 1-2, and that's not enough. Don't forget, W.A.R returning on October 11th, back to where it all started, the UAW Hall in Lima, right off of 75. Hopefully, the construction will be done by then.
Yeah, I think it will be, the first phase of that's done. But quite honestly, I'm looking forward to going back to the UAW Hall on October 11th or whatever, where it all started. Quite honestly, that's going to be and he kicked out. That's going to be a huge show. It starts the Respect title tournament or whatever. We're relaunching that. 17 men are going to get an opportunity to be crowned the Respect champion or whatever, and be another champion right along with whoever the champion is. If it's Jock Sampson or whoever comes out on top, they will be defending the belt that night also.
Very good chance that one of these two guys could end up walking out that night
Absolutely.
as the Respect champion. And again, Ripper interjecting himself in
Well,
this match.
I got news for you, Mr. McCormick. About one more time, Ripper's going to get involved, and I'm going to help out of here and yank his hair out.
Well, he's had some unkind things to say about you. It would be well warranted.
Well, he always does. He's always got something to say. Me and him have a history a mile long. Look at there. Look at there here. Matt Taylor's fighting back once again. He kicks out. Chris Hall is, I don't know, man. This has got a strange vibe to me. Chris Hall just seems he can't put him away right now.
You got to watch. It's a very warm day out here in Bell Center.
Yeah, absolutely. It's probably at least 100 degrees on that mat or whatever.
Now Hall with a full head of steam. The Silverback, huge shoulder block. Taylor down in the middle of the ring, and it seems like every time that Matt Taylor is able to mount an offense, Chris Hall finds a way to cut him off. But he's only got a 2. Here's a cover by Taylor and another 2. And I think we would have seen this place come unglued if he had been able to pick that one up.
But once again, Chris Hall counters. Man, I'll tell you what, this is a very hard-hitting match here tonight in Bell Center, Ohio.
300 and some pounds right down on the chest, but Jake Clemens, the official for this match, says he only got a 2, and I think you ought to throw Ripper Blackheart out right now.
Well, all it's going to take is one time for one of our officials to see him cheating, and he will definitely get thrown out.
Taylor in the corner, and Hall, his shoulder right to the solar plexus. These two, you heard Big Tom talk about a history between them. Matt Taylor just beat Chris Hall last week at the Putnam County Fair. Don't forget, coming up in August, the Allen County Fair. It's not that far away.
Right, that's 3 huge days or whatever. We got 5 shows in 3 days. It's back in our hometown. Oh!
Crossbody, and look how far he bounced off of Chris Hall.
And he's 3/4 of the way across the ring.
We might get to see these two cross pass again, as it looks to be that this one might not settle it no matter who wins. Now Hall cut off by the kick, swing and a miss. Taylor talked about the size of Chris Hall, what he's going to have to do just to take the big man off of his feet.
Absolutely. I think he's hit him everything but with a bazooka.
Well, he might try that next. Hall, exploder suplex.
Oh!
Shades of B.J. Whitmer on that one as he threw him halfway across the ring.
Yeah, but here's the difference. B.J. Whitmer's a 200-pound guy. That's a 350-pound guy doing that.
Well, that's where he threw him halfway even further than Whitmer.
Absolutely.
Probably has in his
battles.
battles.
But once again, Mr. McCormick, Matt Taylor's heart, Matt Taylor's desire to win this match, he keeps kicking out. He keeps fighting. He keeps fighting. He keeps fighting.
Now we've seen Hall off the second rope here, and he's hit this on a lot of guys, and it has ended a lot of matches. If he does it, especially here to Taylor, who he outnumbers by easily 100 pounds, we might need that fly swatter or a spatula.
Right, something.
Now off the second rope, nobody home, and Taylor, very advantageous position as he climbs the top rope.
If you think about it, Chris Hall makes a mistake. Can Matt Taylor capitalize?
Double stomp. Down goes Chris Hall. That might be enough. Hook the leg. 1, 2. And still only a 2 count. And what's amazing to me about that, from this angle, is that Ripper Blackheart didn't interject himself. And it was right in front of him.
He absolutely did it. I'm very, very surprised by that.
Now, here's Taylor. He made the mistake. Countered to F5 with a kick to the right to the chest. The roll through. Boomstick. That's enough usually to put away a normal man. But again, only a 2 count because Ripper, I think he just threw in the towel. I don't think you're going to need to go up there. I think he might be getting what he deserves.
Yeah, I think Matt Taylor's about to ready to kick his face off.
Now Ripper hit him for stealing those sunglasses. Hall, and it'll be he who will cost Ripper. Here's a setup and another boomstick right to the side of the head. Taylor hooks the leg, 1, 2, and 3.
And there you go, folks.
And again, perseverance pays off. It is the Dark Star, Matt Taylor, for the second time in a row, comes away with a win against the Silverback and Chris Hall.
Absolutely. I'll tell you what, man, Matt Taylor is on a huge win streak here in WAR Wrestling. Quite honestly, he may be the man to beat for the Respect Championship.
Well, if he's anything like that, the good news is both he won and Ripper had his face rearranged here in the semi-main event of Belle Center Brawl 5.